fighting.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Boner.
Okay, I'm glad we're laughing because I actually didn't have a joke ready.
For those of you who don't know, in the beginnings, and you'll see it in the intro video, Insane Games TV has grown. It has grown. It has changed. It used to be that Dan used to have to start the stream, crawl under the table, and so for every episode you watch on Insane Games TV YouTube, where you watch us follow,
for the majority of that, he wasn't actually there. He
Yeah.
only did that for the first month or two. But we were like, this will be fun. And now we're trying to figure out what we're doing here. And this was stare at Dan as long as we can. And it took about 5 seconds to realize that, like, oh, that's what they're doing.
Now anytime I walk by, you can watch me go.
Yeah. Just anytime you're moving through the space during the show, we'll just lock eyes with you.
As long as Dan, well, the only thing is just make sure you don't say high noon while you're doing that. Dan will get triggered to his days of Overwatch. What's going on, Pistol and Vladdy? Welcome everyone to another episode, the second episode in the new location of the Nerd Glasses.
That means it's now 2-time.
Do you want to say it properly?
2-time.
There you go. If we make Dan do it's over 9,000 properly,
you can make me imitate Mike's inflection properly. Yeah.
Because by the way, I'm gonna.
Mike is can't say 2, otherwise Mike will be insulted.
By the way, Mike has to. The champion from Pokemon Sword and Shield. It's so apt that I asked Mike to voice it because literally his body motion is to do this. And it's true because Mike is in fact a 3-time champion, and my arm went off camera.
Okay,
but it's this body motion.
So with the 2, okay.
He's a 3-time champion now, and I'm going to make a very bold prediction here on the Nerd Glasses for the Queensberry Fantasy Football League. At the end of this year, Mike's going to have to update that to the 4 Horsemen hand.
2-time.
I'm saying it. I'm declaring it now. I'm not going to win. My team's already pissed at me. But the irony that I asked Mike during my Nuzlocke run to read for that character and not knowing who he was or what he was doing. And then he literally went and did that. And like on the first episode, I was like, oh my God, that's so perfect.
So, yes. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Nerd Glasses podcast. I'm Boder.
I'm Dave Mann.
May as well introduce ourselves. We'll be your hosts for the next hour. Okay. Let's start with the usual. Twitch banned someone this week. It always ends up happening. Sometimes it's small stuff, sometimes it's big stuff, sometimes lately it's been DMCA stuff. This is something slightly different. This is, maybe I should have my book open to my notes. The streamer Forsen was banned for showing indecent things. Someone in chat had dropped a link, and you do the responsible thing of you open the link off to another monitor first. Oh, that's an innocent looking GIF. Let me bring that GIF over to the main monitor. Oops, it's horse porn.
Oh God!
So he's banned indefinitely. That is not like permanently. That is, they haven't decided when he's coming back. Probably not a permaban. But it's something that the community's like, Twitch, you remember when Pokimane opened a Pornhub link, right? And you just let her off with a warning? You remember all the times that Alinity has had wardrobe malfunctions and there's been warnings and like 3-day bans and like intent matters.
Yes.
When it comes to showing, like, it's one thing if I stand up here and I just start letting out a string of curse words and slandering people or whatever, eventually get to the point where, yeah, that could be bad. It's another thing to, I don't even know, open up a GIF that says the word fuck. I don't know.
So, I gotta tell you about a little personal story about why our ever-loving video producer here on Insane Games TV is never allowed to send videos in chat ever again. Because on Friday on my channel, he was like, oh yeah, there was this funny video, and he wasn't thinking about what he was posting. And he posted a video from, what's going on, Auntie? Meat Canyon on YouTube. Do you know anything about him?
No, but that's one hell of a name to start off with.
Yeah, he's a guy that makes like spoof videos based upon popular culture and things like that.
Okay.
And so the video itself was, if you don't watch any of my streams, you may not be aware that I imitate Hank Hill a lot. And then my community does a lot of their voices of the friends and family.
Yep.
But he sent a video that was from Meat Canyon that was King of the Hill in some form and spoof of Akira.
Okay.
And unfortunately, the frames that lead up to it are so inappropriate. Like, wildly so. And so I, without thinking, because I trusted Steve, and I opened it and started to watch it, and the second the action started, I literally was like, nope. Within the first minute of the video, Hank Hill gets down on one knee and looks at Bobby and basically says, exactly, it's Steve's fault. He basically implies that his son should not inappropriately use the vacuum for things you would inappropriately use a vacuum for.
Yeah.
And then it devolves from
like
there.
you do.
So, Steve, you're still banned from posting videos in chat. Still banned.
I love that we got someone new already shouting Steve's fault along with us.
Steve, by the way,
we need to get macros on this channel.
I have it on good authority that whenever everyone does ! Steve on my personal channel, his ears burn, whatever he is. So, thank you.
Anyway, so yes, that is the Twitch ban from this week. Forcing for unintentional horse porn gif. I'm sure that he'll be reinstated soon, and I'm sure that Twitch will have no comment about it either way because they never do. So, wouldn't it be painful to use a vacuum like that? I'm going to say I don't know from personal experience, and I don't feel like finding out. It depends on how good the vacuum is, I suppose. Depends on how much it sucks versus how much it sucks. Dave, what games are coming out this week?
Well, Boater, you know what doesn't suck? Our release calendar for the next week.
Really?
Because there is a whole mess of games coming to... the feature of the next week, by the way, is the Nintendo Switch. Your value in being able to play games on that is going through the roof. So I'm gonna quickly fire off some of them.
Okay.
Because not all of them
There's one that I have in mind that if you miss, I'll make sure to bring up. But
please definitely do, because I know that this week it got a little bit away from me, because last week there was so little that I kind of got comfy with it, and
I almost forgot.
Dan walked away. So, but just for example, if you own a Nintendo Switch, you will be getting in the next 7 days. I don't want to bury the lead, but Sim and Max Save the World Remastered, Shiren the Wanderer, The Tower of Fortune and the Dice of Fate, Absolute Drift, Atla Ryza 2, Lost Legends and the Secret Fairy, Immortals, Phoenix Rising. You'll be getting Dragon Quest.
That's the one I want to talk about.
Please talk about that one, because I didn't look too much into it because I knew you would have a better perspective.
Sure. When you're done with your list, I'll talk a
lot of
little
Dragon
bit
Quest remasters, a lot of other things, and some Fire Emblem updates that are sent to about the 1990 original release on the family computer. Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon and the Blade of Light, which I am super excited for and will definitely be running home to get.
Very nice.
The one that I am on, the two that I'm picking out that I am excited that are getting ported around and over, though, well, the three of them, excuse me. If you own a Nintendo Switch and an Xbox One, I heavily implore you, if you like games that have a non-traditional play style, check out John Wick Hex.
Okay. Wick Hex.
It's coming out on the 4th, and so it's going to be available. It is a turn-based third-person shooter.
Okay.
I streamed it on Sunday of a couple months ago, and I realized that it may not be the content for Insane Games TV. But I have then actually we got a lot of viewers. A lot of people were very receptive to it, but I was very bad at it, and they reminded me of it, so I got kind of hurt about it. But I was
Viewers exist solely to let you know how bad you are at things,
and I appreciate.
and we love you for it.
Yes, please keep reminding us how many times we miss on a certain thing during all of our streams.
And how long it takes me to find a single friggin' Lego piece.
So, it's a lot of fun. It's in the John Wick Hex, to the John Wick universe. It is canon. It is post movie one. No, this is pre movie one.
Okay.
This is before
he's a
he is.
prequel.
Yes, it is before he is banned from the council.
Okay.
But the other two that I'm looking greatly forward to, you are on Windows, PS4, and Xbox One. Dragon Quest XI, the definitive
Nice.
edition.
We've been hearing about that the past few weeks.
It's going to be a blast. I personally will probably be dropping some cash on that title just to get the remaster version, get all the content. Dragon Quest is a very nerdy game, but it's a lot of fun. But the one I really don't want to bury, Boater, is coming out on the 8th, and I hope that nobody sleeps on this one. It's Puyo Puyo Tetris 2. It's going to be a game changer.
Sorry, I just did the white blinking guy again. I did the adjust head angle slightly in blank a few times.
It's coming to Nintendo Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and the Series X, all on the 8th, from our friends at Sega. And it is going to certainly be yet another Tetris game, and the second in the line of the Puyo Puyo line of Tetris. It's
wow.
yeah, it's an interesting game. I have played Puyo Puyo Tetris quite a bit. If you like Tetris with a spin on it, you will like this one.
Okay.
They give the little pieces eyes, and they cry, and they laugh, and then they blow up in little jelly things. It's hilarious.
Yeah, so Immortals Phoenix Rising comes out on December 3rd, I believe. Comes out.
You are correct.
Comes out Thursday. I was first made aware of it because I followed the voice actor Elias Tefexis, who voices Adam Jensen in Deus Ex Human Revolution: Mankind Divided. He was also in The Expanse. He's voiced other stuff along the way. He's pretty prolific. Really distinct gravelly voice. And he voices Prometheus, who is one of the two narrators. In Immortals Phoenix Rising, formerly known as Gods and Monsters.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
It is the gameplay is like a fusion of Ubisoft's. It's an Ubisoft Quebec game. It is a fusion of like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which was also Ubisoft Quebec, and Breath of the Wild. It has elements of both. It is a smaller, more focused game than either of those. It's a big open world, but not quite so big as, say, Odyssey is. It's got a Breath of the Wild sort of ish color palette, if not art style, and a very fun sense of humor. Zeus and Prometheus are your two narrators, and they skewer Greek mythology along the way. You know, Zeus says the example that was given in the review that I read was that, you know, Zeus says something of like, oh yes, this is how I think, you know, this is how Athena was born. And Prometheus is like, no, that was actually, oh, that's awful. It wasn't Athena, but it was one of those, like, you know. Yeah, so it should be really fun. Again, I love Elias Tefexis as a voice actor, so I was already going to get it, but the reviews that I've read are very positive, so I'm definitely looking forward to that game. It is one that I am like, I could get it soon, or I can throw it on my Christmas list right at the top, and we'll do that. We'll do that. So yeah, that comes out on Thursday, and I'm excited for it. Athena was born kind of terribly, at least for Zeus. Yeah, so it wasn't actually Athena; it was someone else. But Zeus trying to be the Disney Zeus, I imagine.
Yeah,
and then,
I don't
and
think
then there's
he's
Prometheus, who's like, no, I don't like Olympians, and I will not play along with their sanitizing shenanigans.
Yeah, I don't think.
It's weird. Okay, so Dave, when you think of the Greek gods, what is the first image that comes into your mind? What portrayal of them that you've seen is the first one that comes up?
Honestly, it's Zeus from ye olden textbooks, looking down and going, and I'm gonna sex that and that and that and that and that and that and that. And,
Sorry, I had a damn to watch.
And his wife literally stayed next to him going, what? What? And him going, not now, I have more things to sex. like
Wow.
That's literally the story of Zeus if he's not on Olympus.
I think when I was younger, it would have been the portrayals in the one vignette in Fantasia.
Okay, yeah.
But ever since, we'll say 2006, when I shot Stargate Hades, which was a Stargate fan film featuring the Greek gods.
Oh,
now
yeah.
I picture my friends that played the Greek pantheon, including my friend Brian, who you may have met, I'm not sure, as both Zeus and Hades at one time, both in the same scene. It was fun.
That's hysterical.
I picture my friends as the Greek gods now. But it's interesting because, like,
are
with,
not our
with
friends
Norse gods,
always the gods?
with Norse gods, when for a while I thought of two human, and now perhaps maybe more I think of their portrayals in God of War. It's interesting, like, what is formative for you, and just like the first time that someone says Athena, what pops into your head? When someone says Thor, who pops into your head? Well, Thor is a potentially poor example, but yeah, that kind of thing.
Hemsworth ass! Just saying it. I'm just saying it. Everyone thought it, but
Half of Greek mythology happened because Zeus couldn't keep it in his pants. Inaccurate. I think it's over half.
it depends on which versions you look at. The predating Zeus stuff, some people don't look at at all, so yes.
Yeah.
When someone says Thor, I think Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, same. Hard same.
I'm more
very hard same.
You know what though? I will say, speaking of hard same, I more often than not steal the quote, I am worthy. And I say that to myself almost every morning as I look in the mirror and go, ah! Someone should make that man put pants on. Oh, it's me.
Oh, I am but a fat, sad Norse god. Could be worse.
Could be Roman. Bam!
Oh, the Roman gods, destined to ever just be known as the names of the planets. I never think of a deity when I hear the word Mercury. I think the speedy little planet too close to the sun. When I hear Jupiter, I think of the Great Red Spot.
Yep. Yeah,
I don't think of the god formerly known as Zeus.
Yeah,
then adapted wholesale into the Roman pantheon. The Romans went like, we're going to take these gods and put them over here.
We're going to take your belief structure and push it over there.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. Thank you.
God, we could just probably... You know what? In a couple of weeks, we should just riff one week where people just throw out topics and we see...
Where's the slow news week? Let's talk about... Let's offend as many polytheistic religions as we can. Dave, what else have we got?
More like Robertus lol. Now I go by symbol for
Jupiter, the god formerly known as Zeus. More like Rigor Mortis wins that. April Fool's idea. Oh man. When is April Fool's on a Tuesday? I gotta find out.
Please don't tell me it's on a Wednesday. I don't think I can afford that many cream pies again.
Ew. Anyway.
Oh, thank God it's on Thursday.
It'll be a Thursday.
Whew, that's somebody else's problem. To amuse the masses. So, I did want to let you folks that have a PlayStation 5 know that a person on Reddit who goes by the name Hello I Am Jack, all one word, lowercase letters, posted a clip of him dominating one of the later bosses in Demon's Souls, unaware that... Did you guys know now that when the PS5, when you get an achievement, a trophy as they're called on the PlayStation, it records your audio through the controller for about... the duration of the clip, so about 10-15 seconds.
That seems like an awful thing to not be told about.
So, it is probably awful. However, thankfully, the clip of the person is literally the character slashing through the ankles of the demon. It falls over. And what I can only describe as someone going, yes! But they didn't realize, headset warning, by the way, that was something that was going to happen. So as a heads up, and I would love for you folks that do have a PS5 to figure out, do you have any clips of you getting achievements that have anything? Perhaps you talking to a family member, perhaps a pet causing distractions.
So like when you get a trophy, it just saves a video clip of you achieving that trophy, and now it also includes audio from the real world?
Yep.
Interesting.
I'm more excited about that just because of the sheer amount of times. Now, for example, in Overwatch, that I forgot that there were achievements and trophies to be had, but like trying to get some of the like later ones where like multiple playthroughs and many hours are put into it. So like to hear that like utter joy or frustration in the moment of like unlocking like the like you died or you didn't die or this or that or the other. I think that'll be funny.
I'm just thinking the sheer number of like single player games that I've done where like I just laugh at an achievement. Like, oh my god, I actually got an achievement for dying 50 times from just fall damage in Mirror's Edge or whatever, you know.
What was the... Oh, it was... You know what achievements I would really like the sound clips back for, even though it is on youtube.com/Boaterbug, is all the ones on Recore where you and I went, oh my god, we unlocked an achievement. Oh, 3.2 people unlocked this one. Oh god.
Oh, this one's just a story progression.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think finishing the game was something like 6% of people.
It dipped
6%
so
of people
low.
who have played the game have actually bothered to finish it. And it's not a game that has any multiplayer value. It is literally 94% of people that bought the game didn't bother to finish it. And I'm saying 6. It was sub 10%.
It was substantially less than you would expect of something of natural progression in the game.
And I want to say if fewer than 10% of people have an achievement, it comes up with like that diamond icon.
Yep, and it did. Almost all of them were, which was really, really off-putting.
Yeah, I have a picture of it somewhere, but I don't... It would take me a while to go and find it as I like scroll through really quick. I don't even know when we finished that playthrough.
Before we wander too far away from new releases, I did want to drop a link in chat for you folks, because on Amazon right now, the collection of Mana, which is Trials of Mana, Secret of Mana, and oh my god, the third one that we never have in stock in the store.
Well, they cranked the volume on the Christmas music out there, didn't they?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. So, Secret of Mana, Trials of Mana, and Final Fantasy Adventure, which was pretty much the precursor to Secret of Mana, but it's a Mana game, not a Final Fantasy game. Was that the game with the little mechanical dog? It was more like Rigor Mortis. It was. It is fun to be able to tell how many people actually finish a game when you're looking at achievements. It is Demon Dragon. I also really like that achievement you unlock in, I think it's and correct me if I'm wrong, Auntie. I know you are watching, and you would be the person. You are Kerps. I would ask about this. But for one of the Souls games, the first time you die, it's like welcome to Dark Souls, and it's not 100% of players have unlocked this. It's like it's like 97 something.
Wow.
I remember how frustrated you all were with that, because that game should have been better. It should. That poster's still hanging up in my house, and I remember fondly playing with Boater, but I remember how much disappointment that Recore gave us, because that game should be better.
Yep. I'm just going through that video right now to see if I can find that that achievement.
Oh god, now I can't not hear the music. Yeah, the mall really they pay they tip the DJ like an extra $3 and he bumps that shit. During Sundave,
2.98% of gamers, percent of people that got the game finished Recore.
2.9.
2.98. 3,
That's a storyline one. Not an extra, not a we had to go out of the way, not even a we had to step a singular grain of sand out of our way to finish the story. Nope, finishing the game. People just didn't.
Anyway, Collection of Mana. Sorry, I got focused on doing the one thing.
So no worries. Collection of Mana is now half off.
Nice.
So you would be getting 3 very deep, very fun RPGs, including the Trials of Mana, which is the first time it is ever outside of Japan officially and on consoles.
Nice.
The box also includes a collectible reversible cover, so if you are someone who likes it.
I love doing that. Like, it's two wolves inside my head. One is like, have all the spines matching with your Switch. You have the red out, whatever. The other side is, let it be pretty.
Yeah.
So I guess it goes game by game. Like God of War, we let it be pretty.
So this is definitely. I mean, look at that art. Look at that, because people have the link so they can see it too. But look at that. That's beautiful.
It's pretty.
But
see if you can get it from a local game store before you go to Amazon first. Just saying.
You won't get it for $20. However, yeah, definitely check your local gamers. Just as a heads up, we're out of it.
Yeah, otherwise I'd be like, Dave, where could they come to get that game local? No. There is a game that did come in that you could come to get locally, but Dave is banned from talking about it. It's Gundam Versus. Dave is not allowed to talk Gundam by decree of Dan. But the game is in stock, so you should come and get it. Or don't, so that Dan has to look at it all the time.
And I also grow frustrated as I look at it on the shelf, unable to talk about it. Because...
talk about what, Dave?
Of all the PlayStation 4 games in our collection, I have many fond memories of playing almost all the ones that we have in stock now, especially some of the ones we recently took in, because that's as close as I'm legally allowed to get to talking about it. It's, you know what though, as much as it kills me not to be allowed to talk about Gundam, except to say that I'm not allowed to talk about Gundam, it's fair, because I flatly challenged Dan on Behind the Counter many years ago, and then a rehearsal for a show that I was in was called, and I was unable to show up for that challenge, which I boldly interrupted a program to do.
Yep.
So, consequence will be. It'll just be a damn shame if on Sunday service I continue to build things like this, because what's Gannon going to do? Stop the content? I think not, Dave.
But his frustration fuels me.
Oh, it should.
Pistol gets it.
It should. So there's actually a ton of stories today, and I'm actually really happy that we're able to just float around. But I did want to note congratulations to a game that Boder and I don't play and don't like. But Fortnite had a big launch today. And a big old changeover from Season 4 to Season 5.
Yep.
Where the big man on campus himself, Galactus, Eater of Worlds, made an appearance. Not the Fantastic Four movie, like amorphous cloud thing. Not that one. Galactus, as we know, love, and tremble in fear of, please don't eat our planet. And he appeared. He ate all of the buses. And then he zapped the map, and then he was himself exploded, and Fortnite is going to be coming back online with the new map and things like that in probably another 4 or 5 hours at this point. But
so in other words, they just completely shut down the game servers while they get the new map online.
It's a very creative way. The only one I respect more than Fortnite's ability of doing it every year, where they have a cataclysmic event that kicks everybody out of the game, was when they shut down the Final Fantasy Online servers for the last time, where they literally had a cataclysmic event happen, and all of the people got to see all of their characters. They spent the last couple of months of that game existing in its current form at the time, getting it so that your customized party would appear in that cutscene for each individual player.
Nice.
And at the end of the cutscene, the online servers were turned off. It made sense in the Final Fantasy universe. It was very depressing. One of my friends lost a lot of hours, and he was very upset. But then they relaunched it, and they gave all those people that had legacy collections their characters back. And they also had a really cool event re-explaining that. But kudos to you, Fortnite. Unfortunately, it seems like everybody got the memo about Fortnite getting relaunched, except for Twitch.
Yep.
Who, at the time of the launch, in the immediate wake of the event, which millions of viewers logged on to Twitch to watch, because if you weren't going to re-download the game and replay, you go on Twitch because somebody's playing it.
Yeah, and they've... And Fortnite's been huge on Twitch before. They've set Twitch records with these season-ending events before.
And it's not like they don't make a secret about launching when these are going to happen or even kind of what's going to happen. So, Twitch acknowledged the outage by saying, now remember, this is just a minor outage. We are investigating...
An outage of Twitch?
Yes.
Okay. You buried that a little bit.
We are investigating an issue causing multiple service issues at this moment. The company wrote, some of the issues include, but are not limited to, and you know you're not good when you have to say, including but not limited to, logging in, minor issue. Loading the site, minor issue. Notifications and alerts, minor issue. Although those drop all the time.
Yeah.
Stream details. You know, the metrics you use to measure whether or not your Twitch stream's doing well.
Yeah.
And then site elements just flat out missing and crashing because of this.
Bueno. All these minor issues. Hey, but you know what? You could probably still punch your stream key in and still stream to the site, just nobody would be able to watch.
So, Twitch, we know that Epic is having issues with Apple. Don't get on the bandwagon unless are you joining against the Coalition for App Fairness and Equality? Because in which case, Twitch, you are making powerful enemies in the Nerd Glasses podcast and also all of those European companies that I couldn't pronounce even if I took undulating classes.
Actually, Dave, it costs $69 to join the Coalition for App Fairness, right?
Indeed it does.
And we've still not done so?
No, we have not.
Twitch will pay you $68 and we'll form you in a formidable coalition against the coalition. We'll make that happen.
Oh yeah. Whole dollar off. And we won't even...
Although I really don't know if I would feel ickier at this point siding with Epic or siding with Twitch. Because Twitch is lately.
Yeah. But it's not totally yet.
Yeah, it's kind of and not like...
Exactly.
It's not that sound that my stomach made eating the Bean Boozled beans that was picked up by the mic.
So...
That was a thing.
I also want to note
The lesser of two.
that as of this weekend, speaking of this weekend, Boner, how was
Dave.
your weekend?
My weekend was nice. I worked on Friday, but it was nice and relaxed. And yeah, had a good weekend, road trip on Saturday. It was nice and relaxing. How was yours?
So many dead. Anyway, Black Friday was very good for Insane Games, but it was exhausting. Anti-coalition me gusta, says Anti. The lesser of two airs, says more like rigor mortis. I love you guys.
Hold on. If we have an anti-coalition, Anti needs to lead it.
Yes.
It would be the anti-coalition.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Anti, you're in charge. You can determine when the meetings are, but there had better be locks at the meeting. I don't have to have bagels, just the locks.
An odd request, but okay.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
I was going to say green Skittles.
So,
Gross. Only like red.
Black Friday came and went, and thank you to all of you folks that supported Insane Games, came and saw our new store, or supported digitally by liking and sharing our posts. We really appreciate you guys. especially you friendos that are overseas and have zero chance, looking at you, Auntie, of actually coming here. So much love to you guys, and thank you.
Your love and support means so much. Again, whether you were here shopping or just being supported digitally,
Exactly.
it does mean a lot.
If you and especially if you come here to our podcasts and programs on Insane Games TV, which, by the way, you know, if you hit that follow button right down there and that bell, you get notified every time we go live, and for all of the quality content. A little divergent here. I do have it on good authority that once we get a certain number of subscribers, the next Twitch emote is in fact going to be Dan Face. Because right now we have...
will it be Dan Face or just Dan Forehead?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, but I do believe it. I know I have it on good authority that the next Insane Games TV emote is going to be Dan Face. Because if you subscribe at the $4.99 level, you get the mic lips. At the $9.99 level, you can truly terrify your pets and family with Dave Face. And I don't think Dan's going to go to the $30, the $25 level, but I'd pay that. To be able to spam Dan with his own face.
Just whenever Danny NASCAR is going, which we have it on decent authority that Danny NASCAR will be starting up again later this week. So just go in there spamming his face into his chat.
Excellent.
That'd be amazing.
Oft-spoken and never seen. This is more like rigor mortis.
Hey, if you tune in Monday nights at 5 p.m. Eastern, Behind the Counter, used to be just Dan and Mike, and now Dave is back as a regular on that. How is that being back on Behind the Counter as a regular?
It's a lot of fun. The whole point of Behind the Counter, by the way, it was originally started as hey, let's talk about insane games as a store, and also here's all this gaming news and talk. Well, then Boder and I broke off, and we're doing all the gaming news and talk.
Yep.
The dream team of Mike and Tom broke off, and they're doing all of the gaming and the wetness. And then
it's what history nerds refer to as balkanizing.
Yes. Nerd. No. Okay. But
Dave, it's the Nerd Glasses podcast. Of fucking course, I'm a nerd.
That was my title on Behind the Counter, by the way.
It was.
So it's been a lot of fun, and I'm very thankful to get to give Dan and Mike some more gray hairs every week. But I highly recommend you tune in, and not just because I'm energetically breaking chairs during the broadcast. Check out that video. But so I got a lot of calls. Oh, God.
Soft-spoken is not a descriptor I would use for Dan.
Now. Auntie has only seen Dan in digital form.
Okay.
Auntie has not seen Dan business owner, Dan friend, Dan NASCAR driver, Dan...
Dan vehemently on the wrong side of is Voldemort or Darth Vader the better villain? It's Vader, obviously.
You know what, Auntie? I am going to make sure to screen... You know what? I'll screenshot this clip right now. And I'm going to send that around to the different groups of folks. Because that is, I believe, one of my favorite things that has ever been said about Dan. Because his public persona is very much soft-spoken, quiet, very intentional.
Yeah.
But Pistol, I don't think you have seen Dan. But if you tune in on Mondays at 5 p.m. for Behind the Counter, and then on the streaming schedule down below us, it has Danny NASCAR that is hosted by Dan. And you can definitely hear me doing a southern drawl impression because I run all over that the whole stream.
It's been Danny NASCAR has mostly been on hiatus, but like we said, he's hoping to bring it back later this week. So,
did I miss my kappa? But Black Friday before we bury that lead.
Black Friday.
So
we were at the thank you to everyone that loves us so much, and you were going to have more than that.
So it was a lot of fun. It was great. Falcons quarterback Matt Schaub and I held down the store on Sunday, and Mike, me, and Dan held down the counter on Friday and Saturday for absurd hours. Bravo to Dan for Iron Manning on Friday, all the way from open to close.
Nice.
But when you have over 9,000 square feet of power, you can do things like that. But the one thing that I will say, and I said this on Behind the Counter, but I'll repeat it again, was awful lot of rude folks calling, asking if we have PS5s and Xbox One X's.
That's unfortunate.
But I did go out of my way.
Like, it's reasonable for them to call and ask. We are a game store. So, yeah, that makes sense. But
I did go out of my way when one person, particularly on the end of the night on Saturday, when I was kind of tired, just hung up on me. So I called them back to finish my speech, what I was saying to them.
Oh, my God.
Because I literally just
God.
redialed, and I went, oh, I'm sorry, we must have gotten disconnected. Did you have bad reception? Anyway, what I was saying was, you can probably find a PS5, and they sat there doing the Markiplier, and then I went, have a great day, and definitely call us in the future if you need any help.
Oh. Mark says, space look awesome, thank you. And Pistol saying, after this past Sunday, we'll be back. And we'd love to have you. Thank you so much for popping in all the time.
Hell yeah. Which leads me to the other adage of that you should be like me and waste people's time who are scalping PS5 and Xbox Series X's online. Do this to your own safety. If you have a lot of personal information on Facebook, don't necessarily use Facebook Marketplace to do this because people can easily contact your things like that. But
it's awful. There was a guy that had like 40 or 50 PS5s that he was trying to scalp, and someone in his local area doxed him and then robbed him at gunpoint. Armed robbery is somewhere past where I draw the line. Like, doxing, frankly, over the line.
Yeah.
Yes, this guy hoarding 50 PS5s to sell at, $1,500 a pop, awful, reprehensible.
Yeah.
But I think armed robbery is far beyond that.
Yeah, if you want it that bad, just wait like everybody else. You're going to get one. Sony's not just
I
going to...
don't even think this was, I want a console. It was, I'll show this guy. Like, dude.
So what I will say is that I said this on Behind the Counter, so I'll brushstroke it. But someone may or may not have had someone going on Facebook Marketplace to meet someone in Larchmont, New York, for a $1,500 PS5, and then they may or may not have asked someone to send a picture that they had the cash, and I didn't think to just Google a picture of the cash, so the jig was up, and I was really disappointed. Armed robbery is several steps too far to prove a point, says Pistol. I agree, but I wholeheartedly think that Auntie just posted this in Discord. Someone posted in another Discord, having fun placing $25,000 bids on every scalper's PS5 auction on eBay. Worth getting my account suspended over when I don't buy anything from them in the end. Also, someone else seriously bid $10K before me. King shit.
Oh my God.
That's amazing. And all of you should absolutely continue to waste these people's times.
Well, it's also like at work, some of the sales guys have all been like talking about trying to get PS5s. And the one guy who's getting it for his kid managed to get one, took a couple of weeks, but managed to get one.
Yeah.
This one other guy has literally been trying to get one specifically so that he can then resell it. I'm like, dude, you don't just idly scroll and refresh Best Buy now and then in between sales to, if you're going to be a scalper, you need to do it better than the half-assing that you're doing. Ugh. Because what's going to happen is he's going to get it at $500 and then be unable to sell it for anything more than $550.
So I don't know if this is going to play right, but considering that on the weekend
Australian
Wednesday,
dollars, though. Still, it's moolah.
Considering on the weekend Wednesday, a couple of months or weeks ago, I had a PS5 in my cart and said, does anyone want to go halves on this because I'm just about to get married and definitely can't swing $500, and then let it go.
That you know, and they ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand. They ask.
So I'm watching all these people fighting over PS5s, and I know that my lovely friends Shirley and Dwayne, who deserve a PS5, and Anti-Claus Prime all deserve them and have them. But it's fine. It's totally fine that I don't have one, and I'm definitely not crying about it. You're crying!
Again, as like when I get a next-gen console, it's going to be a Series X, and I don't need one this holiday season. I did see something. Dave, I want to get your thoughts on this. I did see something that was saying if you're getting a console for someone for Christmas, open it ahead of time, run it through the updates, install the games, and then pack it back up. What are your thoughts on that?
If you have someone that is on the younger side, someone that is of on a life path where they don't necessarily have a lot of good impulse control or understanding of these things, I mean, personally, I think that's really cool, and I would like to. I kind of like to fuss with the settings, and I like to see how everything is. Tune back to a couple of weeks ago on DM314 when I played Star Wars Squadrons for the first time, and I was like having a blast with the settings. Again, it's like a
Operation 2 Season 2 starts in a few days with that, by the way, so I'm gonna try to see if I can hop back in.
It's rough, by the way. we played on last Friday, and Mia, Kai, Liget, and Fenian all got swept straight out of the air.
Yeah, I may just wait till private matches come out. Anyway,
I think that's a really nice thing if people are able to do that, and it's really cool because it means that you can immediately enjoy it.
Yeah. My thoughts are if you're getting it for a kid and it's something where you've got parental things set up, you know, and you have all the account details. If it's someone that already has an Xbox account and you're setting up a Series X, if you have their account details, if you're a parent, guardian, whatever, sure. But if you're getting it for someone that is, I don't know, 15, 18 or older, my personal thoughts are if I got a brand new console for Christmas, I would want to set it up myself. I would want to be the one to run through that initial setup. You know, mine is the only account on there, that kind of thing. If you're getting it for like a kid in the family, if you're getting a PlayStation 5 for an 8-year-old, yeah, get that set up ahead of time so you can plug in and go. If you're getting it for a teenager, they may want to be the ones to set it up.
Well, like Rick and Morty, it just also seems like an extra nice thing to do.
Yeah.
Which, you know what? Again, like if Christmas morning I woke up and Claire or someone in my family had gotten it for me and they did that, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't be like, oh, well, how could you, petulant, whatever.
How could you, Katusha?
I would appreciate the effort that went into that. It might not be my preference, but I'd be like, oh, well, you know what? They did that. They installed the games on here. Let me just throw my account on here, and it's good to go. It's fine.
So,
but I'm also one of those that like, oh, it's my new electronics. I want to be the one to peel the thing off the screen and so forth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, eBay has officially come out to talk about these people that are scalping systems.
Okay.
And in a press release, they said what amounts to 2 paragraphs of absolutely nothing. But
yeah,
here is exactly what they said for us all to chew on and react to. We condemn these opportunistic sellers who are attempting to mislead other users. We are in the process of removing all listings for photos of PS5s from our marketplace and will be taking appropriate action against these sellers, said eBay. These are people that are selling empty boxes of PS5s and just putting like new PlayStation 500 GB box in smaller print so that people don't realize. And then for any purchase, but especially highly priced or in-demand items, buyers should exercise caution deflecting and thoroughly read the listing description. Buyers who receive an item which is not as described are entitled to a refund via our eBay money-back guarantee, provided they completed the transaction on the eBay platform. So it's eBay saying, by the way, we are going to come at those people that definitely don't have any PS5s.
Yeah, but the people that got a ton of PS5s and are then trying to sell them for way over sticker. They don't care. eBay doesn't care. They're getting their money. Yeah, as far as setting up the console goes, Auntie says, that's along the lines of, I barely care what's on the free pizza. I'll eat it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, if you order a, we'll say, mozzarella and spinach pizza, I'm going to be like, but I'm going to have a slice.
'Tis free pizza. So, Boater, for our next story,
Okay.
I know we both brought some props, and I wanted to see if we could imitate famous psychic Uri Geller by bending these spoons using only our mind.
Someone seems to be very unamused.
I win! But I know what you're thinking, Boater. What do bent spoons and Pokemon cards have in common? Well, if you collected in the first couple generations of Pokemon, you'll remember that there was a 3-tiered evolution system that started with Abra, went to Kadabra, and became
Abracadabra.
Became Alakazam.
Was it? Oh, well, yeah, you're right. It was Alakazam. I don't know.
I thought you were joking at first. I was like, oh god, he's serious.
Listen, it's been a long time since I've got the cards. I was like, oh yeah, no, that's not right.
But, Boater, did you know it's been a long time since anyone has actually been able to get a Kadabra? Because that Pokemon, admittedly, for those of you who don't know, Uri Geller is he's
a mentalist, he's a magician. Bending spoons are kind of his thing. I think it was done before then, but he really popularized it.
He's the one that when you see stock photos of people bending spoons, it is either in his flair, his style, or in his image.
Yes.
So Pokemon used Abra as a Pokemon that if you've ever tried to catch one, you know it runs away. But then Kadabra has spoons in its hand. One spoon, and some of the variants have multiple spoons, but typically it's the one spoon, and it is bent. And in the animations and in the cards, it would either be bent, in the process of being bent, or already bending.
Yeah. And so, shortly after Pokemon became big, which is to say when it started, Uri Geller was like, wait a minute, that's kind of my thing. And what do they call this Pokemon? What's its Japanese name? Ungeller. Oh.
Come on!
And so whether it was because he actually thought that it was harmful to his image or whether he was just trying to cash in on the Pokemon craze, he was like, you can't print those cards anymore. You cannot profit off of my imagery. This was 20 years ago. And sometime in the past week, he was like, no, it's fine now.
He announced, and what I like is, this is the first... I'm going to read the tweet, and then we're going to acknowledge that this is a first on the program. Uri Geller's official Twitter. To quote, I never realized how powerful and important it was for me to lift the ban on Young Geller / Kadabra, especially for all the kids around the world! ! I'm sorry for what I did 20 years ago, but you can learn from your mistakes even more than you can learn from success. #Kadabra, #Pokemon. That's the first genuine apology I think we've ever actually read from an entity about something.
It's up there.
He has officially said to the Pokemon Company and to Nintendo, I will not be pursuing any legal action against the intellectual property. I'm releasing any of my claims in the future to Kadabra.
Why now?
That's a very good question, and so it makes me... I'm going to keep an ear to the ground of Uri Geller in court in the near future to see if he was trying to preemptively buy some goodwill.
Yeah.
It is also going to be a really... big times are coming ahead for Pokemon in the future, with Pokemon Snap on the horizon. and things like that, and the Pokemon trading card game only growing in popularity.
I was hoping to see
everywhere.
how far I could bend that without snapping it, and I pushed it a little far.
So
I got pretty far.
So Uri Geller, thank you very much for allowing us to get those Pokemon cards. However, the Pokemon company told Polygon, who I got this article from, quote, "It has nothing to share at this time in regards to that." When asked about Geller and repredicting Pokemon cards, maybe Nintendo will begin to repredict Kadabra cards. Maybe it won't.
Wow.
Nintendo Pokemon Company do at least now have Geller's blessing, and he has called off his attack dogs. By the by, I will tell you, the guys, that after Abracadabra Alakazam, Pokemon trading cards kept making Abras, but in the function of the game itself, they couldn't make Kadabras, so they couldn't make Alakazams because of the way the cards are formatted, where you had to stack it. Well, they did make 1 or 2 special edition Alakazams that could either be specially played to the field, or could be evolved directly from a particular Abra. So it's not like Nintendo has, and the Pokemon Company haven't gone around using
they've dealt with
Kadabra.
it since then.
If you happen to know that you have a bunch of Pokemon cards in your closet right now, fish out the Kadabra and try to list it for the absurd number it's worth now. Because I have a feeling that when they inevitably do make more Kadabras for future sets or games, that card's not going to be worth as much as would want.
Yeah. I think the peak price for Kadabra has already passed. Like, as soon as that announcement came out, people are like, "Oh, I'll just be able to get one."
Also, if you want to trade me a first edition Charizard, I have this foil Larvitar, and you know you want this. It's foil.
Do you guys want to guess how many times you say Kadabra in that 10 minutes?
No. How many times did we say Kadabra?
You counted?
I let the first 5 go, and then there was like I heard it so many times I started counting.
All right, I'm gonna do closer to that going over under. Price is Right rules.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say 30.
Without going over, then I say 1. I'd guess like 23.
Nope, 17.
17. Okay.
Jesus.
But that's not counting the first 5. So that's.
Because Dave was salty about the PS5. I'm fine. It's fine.
Dave got so mad he pushed the table from my end.
You know what? Unfortunately, Boater, it looks like it is now 8 o'clock, and
so soft spoken.
We're going to have to.
Yep, we're gonna have to table some more of these.
Table some more of our topics, including Death Stranding. Except that I do want to mention something that Kojima Productions tweeted recently.
Okay.
Which is
Take it easy, Death Stranding. We'll get to you.
to say,
Kojima.
and listen to the verbiage because it's very important. Sorry to be silent, everyone! Exclamation point. I've been really busy lately. ... I think I can say more about what we are going to ... Hashtag Kojima Productions. And then it is a picture of Kojima sitting at his desk. And then he tweeted another picture of another gentleman who works for Kojima Productions. But I will also note, Boater, did you know, and I did a little bit of hunting after I saw that tweet, that Konami has re-added a Hideo Kojima production back to the Metal Gear Solid games on digital platforms, where they released and licensed them.
Interesting.
So, it doth appear that hell has frozen over, and Konami may be getting back into making video games for a little while. Although, when more details of this come out, this is a deal that had to be made between Kojima Productions, Sony, and Konami all at once. So, it's big things.
Dave.
Yeah.
The only thing I care about.
Yeah.
Will we be able to play PT again?
So, officially, you cannot play PT on a PS5. Unless you're people like me that have PT as a saved file, can put it on a hard drive, and then just plug it into the PS5 because it fires up. So,
Wow.
no!
I thought they put a nix on that.
They are...
That's really good for archival purposes if you can offload it to a hard drive and then play it on a newer system.
So they did, however, Konami officially acknowledged that they may be releasing some things that stop you from playing PT.
Yeah, I had thought they had put the nix on that already.
If they are, because especially if they are going to be releasing a Silent Hills game,
Yeah.
why would you want to let people play the incomplete teaser for a game in its current form that doesn't exist anymore? So, sorry Konami, and sorry Kojima, and sorry Sony that we won't have time to talk about you. But what's coming up next on Insane Games TV, Boater?
Coming up next will be The Citadel, where I will be playing... Oh, Jesus. I will be playing Dragon Age 2 on The Citadel. It has been nearly 2 months, I think. Sorry to flush the replay on me colliding there. It's been nearly 2 months since I've played Dragon Age 2. Just kind of working through our rotation, and then the time at home where we played Squadrons, and then working on the castle Lego, which also that. But yes, we'll be playing Dragon Age 2 on the Citadel for a couple hours, and then the last hour or so of the stream, I will be continuing work on the castle that is going to go into the set, Neuschwanstein Castle, that is sitting back here. Is that a piece that's missing there? Or I got to figure out what's up with that. Anyway, this is a base that is eventually going to be a castle, and we're going to spend maybe another hour working on that tonight as well. So that will be immediately after Nerd Glasses. So
I love this.
What?
I really do. Look at our producer.
I don't know if you know this, but I am a Lego master.
how many things are you a master of?
I am and I say it with, if I could start a Lego show, a stream, I would, because I love to build Legos.
Yeah.
But I specialize in the city Legos.
Nice.
I
Okay.
don't get into like a lot of the Star Wars or.
Yeah, no, this is fun because it's a my own creation one, but it is going to be a, maybe like yay high castle that's an actual real life castle. So
That is, if I ever have enough space at home, or even here, I would build the biggest possible city I could build.
nice.
Just add collections and collections and collections and add, and make one big city. But
So,
little Dan fact.
you know what? Speaking of Dan facts and my big mouth, Dan, if I bought 3 identical Lego sets, would you be willing to partake in a 3-way challenge of who can build the set the fastest on the Nerd Glasses next week?
A speed build.
A speed build, if you will.
What are we talking about? A little car, or are we talking like some big thing?
I have to be able to afford 3 of whatever it is, so it's not going to be that
Of
big.
Lego, so it's gonna be like a 10-piece set. Lego are friggin' expensive.
They are. Are you in, Dan?
I suppose.
All right.
All right,
Next
that'll be
week,
fun.
7 o'clock, the Lego Challenge.
In the meantime, make sure that you stay right here for the Citadel. What's going to happen is the stream's going to go offline. Give it about 120 seconds as we change things on the software back end. And then we're on for a 10-minute countdown. And I will see you on the other side of that for the Citadel playing Dragon Age 2. In the meantime, I've been Boater.
I've been Dave Mann.
This has been the Nerd Glasses Podcast. Thank you guys so much for coming out. And make sure that you follow us for more awesome programming right here at Insane Games TV. Have a great night.